Hey guys, this is Eb here to talk about a little ukulele today. This is probably from the 20s or 30s. It's a catalog ukulele, meaning they were just sold out of a catalog. You'd see it in the catalog and say, wow, that looks like one I'd like to have, and you just order and it would show up. So people wouldn't get to play them. So a fun thing about catalog instruments is most of them are made here in the States. A lot of them that we have here from that era, but they were made to look like the finer made instruments and kind of imitate them in style and color and all that kind of stuff. And one of the little tricks they would do in a catalog is paint fancy wood grains on them to make it look like they were made out of exotic woods. And you'd say, oh, I've seen one of those before. That's an excellent deal. Let me go ahead and get it. And then you'd get it and you'd say, wow, this has some kind of a flamed maple or mahogany or something. Oh wow, this what is that quilting on the top? This is on all of them. They've got a, I'm trying to think, I've got several around here, but they'll have all this stuff on it, and you see it in a picture, and it just looks wonderful. And then you get it home and open it up and start playing it and looking around and realize that beautiful figure is actually just a trick they used to do back then on furniture and instruments. With like paint and stains. And so basically they would paint it probably this under amber color, let that dry, and then they would spray over it a dark color like this, and while it's still wet they would roll some kind of a stamp over there, or all kind of different little tricks. This might have been, they might have put the color on the stamp and rolled it across this, but they did it on all the sides. And some of them you'll see, gosh, I don't have one right here. Yeah, here's an interesting one. Here's one just for reference. This one pretends to be, it's a beautiful cowboy guitar, and it appears to have these lines through it that look like spruce. It's a very interesting little trick, and I hope that shows up in there. All these lines that looks like spruce, it is not spruce. Somebody sprayed that on with some kind of a stencil. It is just a birch, just the same as the back of this, a hardwood, not a softwood. And so just a funny little trick they would do in many different silly ways to, you know, it's a little bit deceptive. But now we have them, and they're super cool because the cool thing is they were made out of not plywood. They were made out of real tone woods, usually like birch. This thing was probably made in Chicago or St. Louis, and just a wonderful little memento from that era of just what most musicians would have started out on playing, the things they could afford, and then moved up to the finer things. And it's neat how so many of these are well preserved. This one's probably, it looks like it's all birch, but some of them will be maple, and little bodies, and just I'll do a little close up. I showed it earlier, but a beautiful paint job that's not too scratched up or anything, so it's super neat. Oh, they would also, instead of put fancy binding like you had seen on the fancy instruments, instead of the binding, which would be plastic or ivory glued on, or celluloid, they would paint it on. That's paint. That's not that's nothing but somebody like a pinstripe painted around there. And this has brass frets, and instead of an ebony fingerboard, it's a painted fingerboard, and they'd paint the neck. And but a really cool Rotary Deluxe sticker on there. So who knows who they made that for? Little tension fit tuners, but cute little thing. It plays, it works. I think these would be fun. They don't sound as good as the ones that are made out of spruce or mahogany or koa, any of the nicer woods. I think these would be fun to put pickups in, or just hang around the house and play on the couch. They're just sweet little things. But yeah, still fully functioning, still very cool. Hope you enjoyed it. If you did, hit the like and subscribe buttons, and those will help other people to see it. If you really like it, go ahead and hit that share button and send it with a friend who you think would enjoy it. Thanks again.